So beginning in child's pose, your version, knees could be wide. Maybe there's some support, hello Claire, in the form of a block under your head, under your chest, under your hands. And just start your breathing, your mindful, conscious breathing right here. Drawing breath in through the nose, all the way down to the base of the pelvic floor. Imagining. And emptying just as long, just as mindful. Breathing in. And breathing out. Long draw of inhale. Long exhale. And just stay with that rhythm, starting to cultivate ujjayi at the back of the throat, this Jalandhara Bandha, slight constriction. Making the sound of the ocean waves. And maybe here, just in these first few moments, invoking this energy of water, this adaptability, changeability, that throughout practice you can choose how you show up. You can adapt to what's arising from both the body and the mind space. That you don't ever have to be stuck. Let your hips rock a little side to side. The forehead can follow. If you like, you can tent your fingertips, drawing the palms away from your mat. And then almost like you could suction the palms up, hollow the armpits up, and draw the tops of your shoulders away from your ears, making a little active motion here. Still breathing and still present. Another breath in. As you exhale, let the palms go flat, relax down. Walk your hands to your right. Take a side body stretch. Big breath in. Heavy hips, heavy head, breath out. One more here. See that exhale all the way out. Walk through center. And take it to your left. So much grounding in the shins, the hips, the hands, the forearms, the head. And take one more of your inhales, fill up. And exhale out. Walk to center, big breath in. Open your mouth, big sigh. Press to all fours. Get yourself nice and set up. We'll come through cow and cat, drop the belly. And then exhale round your spine. Make them as long and juicy as you want. Inhale. And slow exhale. Use all the area that your fingers, your fingertips can find on your mat to press. Give yourself one more round. Slowly come to stillness. Lift your right leg up and back. Flex and spread the toes. So you're balancing here on 2 hands and 1 shin, and the toes spread apart. And right here, start to draw the belly up and in and find a little bit of the cat shape, like a tiny bit of the cat shape in the spine. Turn your toes right. Tap your right knee to your right elbow. Come forward. Kick back, toes are still right. And then internally rotate from your right inner thigh, toes down. We'll do that twice more, toes right. Knee taps, maybe a little higher this time, above the elbow. Kick back. Internally rotate. Last one, right toes, right. Right knee, maybe it comes up towards the armpit or the shoulder. Yes, kick back. Internally rotate. Now look over your left shoulder and bring your right foot all the way off the left side of the mat. Start to just make a little space in your right rib cage. Look over the shoulder, squeeze the thighs where they touch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift the leg back up to center, spread the toes. On an inhale, lift your chin and your heel so there's a cow shape happening. And then 3 times, knee to nose. Kick up and back, make a back bend here. Exhale, knee to nose. Here's your last one, kick up. And as you draw knee to nose, tent your fingertips, lift your palms, step the foot between the hands. Awesome, slide your back knee back, your left knee. And then lift your arms. Here's your crescent lunge, low to the ground. Breathe in, long waist. Breathe out, pull the hips back, half splits. Flow that twice more, forward in. Pull back out. One more. And when you come back this time, stay. Half splits, let the hands frame the foot. Maybe in the beginning, it's this deep fold over. Or personal, my preference, right heel, drive it down, spread the toes apart, and left shin, drive it down, drag that knee forward, just creating that isometric contraction. Breathe in, hollow the belly. Breathe out, keep it hollow. 2 more breaths in. Out. 1 more breath in. Drive that heel down. Slide forward to low lunge. Lift your left knee up. Step back to down dog. Right foot meets the left. Take a few moments in this first down dog. Observe the difference between right and left side. And then take your movements that feel good. Yes, no, head. Bend and move the knees. 1 more breath. Find some stillness, heavy through the heels. Gaze forward, plank pose. Lower everything down to the mat. Take a baby cobra, use your feet to lift your heart. Lower. Hovering baby cobra, lift your heart, hover your hands. Exhale, lower. And then up dog, slide the hands back, press the arms straight, thighs will lift. Child's pose, pull back. Take an inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Press to your fours, tabletop. And lift and spread your left toes. Breathe in, turn your left toes left. Breathe out, tap your knee to your elbow. Good, kick back. Internally rotate. Externally rotate. Above the elbow. Shoulders in front of wrists. Kick back. Internally rotate. Here's your last one, external. Could you reach even higher with the knee? Kick it back. Internally rotate. Look over your right shoulder and bring your left foot to the right. Squeeze where the thighs touch. Create length and space in your left rib cage. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back to center, lift the foot. Lift it higher, lift your chin. Knee to nose round like cat. 2 more, lift. Pull it in. Last one to lift. As you pull it in, lift to your fingertips, make space. Step the foot forward. Nice. Draw the back knee back. Lift your hands to the sky. Take your inhale. Half splits, pull back. Forward inhale. Pull back. Last one like this. And as you pull back, half splits, stay. Drive the left heel down. Drive the right shin down. And like, what would it feel like to invite support under the hands? Maybe it feels really nice. Few breaths. That contraction in, like you're scissoring your upper thighs. It helps encourage the pelvic floor to be really active, strengthens, and brings you to this moment. Awesome. Move any blocks out of the way, roll forward, low lunge, back knee up. This time, big step forward, fold. Take a halfway lift. Ragdoll, fold, make space between the feet. Hands go wherever feels good. Take a few breaths here. Anchor through your heels, the outer edges of your feet. Yeah, imagine your arches could lift up the inner line of your legs. Another breath in. A long breath out, let the arms drop. Soft knees as you roll up to the sky slowly. Slowly. Chin is last. Arms lift on an inhale. Draw your hands to your heart and just a slight bow of the chin. Just let yourself set an intention for the rest of practice here. Maybe it's that water flow, that shifting, changing, moving around the objects in our way. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. Mountain pose, reach up. Forward fold. We'll step the left foot back, low lunge. Use this as a chance to drop your hips and lift your heart. And then step back to down dog. And then you decide how many push-ups you even care to do. If you want it, plank pose. Lower half or all the way. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Lift your right leg so the same leg goes up. Bend your knee, stack your hip, look under your right shoulder. Try to lift the knee higher. Re-straighten the leg, inhale. Externally rotate, right toes turn right. Breathe in, lift the heel higher. Tap your right elbow. Kick up. Keep the toes externally rotated, tap the tricep. One more, kick up. It's like a little half frog as you come forward. Maybe it's to the shoulder or armpit. Awesome, kick high. Kick knee to nose and step through. Another low lunge, inhale. Step to fold, front of mat. Go right to your mountain pose, reach up. And right back down, fold. Right foot steps back, low lunge, drop your hips on fingertips or blocks. Down dog. If you want the push-up, come forward, plank. Lower. Up dog. Down dog. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Lift your left leg to the sky. Bend your knees, stack your hip here. Stay for a moment. Let the right heel get heavy as the left knee lifts higher, your gaze under the shoulder. Awesome. Let's bring your gaze forward, straighten the leg. Toes turn left. Take a breath in. Knee to elbow. I promise we won't do these all class. Kick them high. But just warming up here, bring it to your tricep. Last one, kick. Bring it to your armpit if you can. Kick and send the toes up to the sky. Gaze forward, big step forward, low lunge. Drop the hips on the inhale. Step to fold on your exhale. Right to mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart, exhale. Take a breath in. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Lift your arms in. Forward fold. Right foot steps back. Left foot meets it. Stay for 3. Pull your hip bones to your ribs. One more breath in, shift forward. Half or all the way down. Lift up. Downward dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. The back of your mat, take your half lift. Fold. Chair pose. And right away, you can bring your hands to your heart. This might be a point in class when like the shoulders have already had enough. So listen to that. Don't try to push through the pain or the suffering, like honor it, acknowledge it, change. If you want, flow with me 3 times. Hands up, heels up. Arms back like airplane, heels down, heart forward. 2 more, lift. Pull back. 1 more like that, lift. Pull back. Stand tall at the back of your mat. Forward fold. Lift halfway. Walk to down dog. Breathe in here. And let it go. Lift your right leg to the sky. Use the bend and stack to just open through the hip, the shoulder, feel a little twist. Then look forward, lift your left heel. Big step forward. Low lunge, you could keep the left knee lifted. Lift your arms, inhale. Take a cactus with the elbows, draw the shoulder blades down. Just 2 more like that. Think of the hips going a little higher, scissor. Exhale, drop the hips, drop the elbows, cactus. 1 more. Drop the elbows here. Frame your front foot. Fold over 2 straight legs for long pyramid. Couple breaths to stay. Maybe add those blocks in. Tuck your chin to your chest. Let the neck go loosey-goosey. Breathe. Awesome. Slowly look forward, rebend the right knee, low lunge. Crawl your hands forward, maybe on block, standing L. Lift your left foot in line with the hip. So these are awkward, they're a little crunchy, and you don't have to worry about making contact with your knee and your arm, but if you can, great. The biggest thing here is to find that cat spine. So like we did on our all fours, lift your chin and your left heel, turn the toes left, tap your left knee towards your left arm. See where it touches. Awesome. Kick it up and back, a little back bend. Just 2 more. Crunch it in, tap. 1 more. Round the spine. Kick it up. Ankle behind, right ankle fold. Let that go. Soften the knees, the head. One more breath. To center for half lift, uncross your ankles. Fold. Find chair. And this time, fly your arms back, lift your heels. So a little different. If you want, stay here, balance. Maybe diver's pose, straighten the legs, tilt the heart. Take 3 more breaths, maybe drop the hands, tuck the knees into the armpits. It could be crow pose, yeah? Go slow. Beautiful, yes. 2. And 1 on your exhale. You could shoot it back or just step back. Good, so good, everybody. Meet in a down dog. If you want to take a push-up, take a push-up. The head go yes and no. Just another chance to check in right side versus left side. They're different in this moment, in every moment, but maybe more pronounced. On your next inhale, lift your left leg. Take the knee bend and the stack of the hips. Look under the left shoulder. Make a little back bend here. And then use your gaze to find focus. Bring it forward. Lift your right heel. Big step through. Low lunge, maybe right knee stays lifted. And then high lunge, lift your arms. I find a little soft bend in the right knee helps me so I can stack my right heel. I find more glute action happening. Inhale, cactus, sink the hips, exhale. 2 more, up. And flow it down, just like water. 1 more. Pull it down. Frame your front foot. Use your hands. 2 straight legs, fold over. Long pyramid. And rather than getting really overly caught up in where your hips are aligned or where your feet are, what if you could let your head go, maybe the gaze towards the navel or the back foot. Take all the pressure, the tension out of the shoulders here. One more breath. Maybe flutter your lips. Slide to low lunge. Walk hands forward, standing L. So take a moment to find that internal rotation of your right thigh so it lifts to the sky. Then lift your heel, lift your heart, lift your chin. Turn your toes right, tap your right shoulder. Kick it up and back and find a little heart opening. And then turn it and touch it. 1 more, kick up. And crunch it in. Kick it up. Cross the ankle behind the left, find some rest. Know that if the crossed ankle doesn't feel like rest, you can do it without the crossed ankles. Maybe try softening the knees more. Yeah, the blocks under hands feel really nice here. Notice the breath. One more. As you breathe in, uncross your ankles and find that half lift in your spine. Fold. Stand all the way up, reach the arms nice and high. And grab hold of your left wrist and lean to your right. Think of internally rotating the thighs here towards center. And then driving the left heel down. Back to center, inhale. Take it the other way. Reach longer through the sides of your waist. Heavier through the heels of your feet. Lift to center, inhale. Cactus your elbows down. Little heart opener. Maybe interlace the hands behind your low back. Lift your heart away. Bring that bind with you as you forward fold. Soften the knees a whole lot. Keep the bind for the inhale and the exhale. Could you touch the ground with your hands as you sweep to chair? And then fly them back like airplane and lift your heels again, heart forward. And then choose, you either straighten, find that diver's pose, or maybe plant the hands and find another crow or crane. Crane is the knees all the way up into the armpits slowly, just finding one foot up and the other foot up. You never have to do crow. It doesn't actually matter. And then when you're ready, exhale to step or float. Really nice mini. Yeah, really good. Come forward to a plank on an inhale. And drop your knees wide, push back, down dog. Oops, I meant child's pose. And breathe. And allow the breath to come back to that oceanic quality if for any reason it's left. Maybe make it a little deeper on the in and a little longer on the out. Make one more breath here. And empty the air. Come through all fours. And tuck your toes, find a down dog. Lift your right leg to the sky. Turn your toes to the right and just once look beyond the top edge of your mat and tap your right knee to your right shoulder. Just once. Come forward, shoulders in front of elbows. Yes, now take it back up, straight behind you. Step through low lunge. Inhale to lift high for crescent. Exhale to cactus the elbows. Lift high, crescent. Float the arms down or back for floating pyramid. You could still put them to frame around the right foot. Rise back up, crescent. Open to your warrior two. Look up as you touch fingertips, straighten the right knee. Slowly find a deeper warrior two. Just do that twice more. Lift. Flow with it, lower. One more. Warrior two. Reverse warrior, inhale. Take a triangle pose. Straighten your front leg. Reach, reach, reach. Strength in your outer edges of feet. Lift in the inner arches. And then there's a little bit of the left hip turning down and forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring the hands down to frame the front foot. Low lunge. Bend the right knee, walk it to the right if you need to. Lift your right arm, twist here. And if you want horizon lunge, start to come to outer edges of feet. Reach the right hand behind you, gaze follows. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come forward, low lunge. Step back, down dog. If you want, plank. If you want, chaturanga. Breathe in. Down dog. Take one big breath here. HA. Lift your left leg. Turn the toes left. Bring the knee to touch. Tap the shoulder. Beautiful. Kick it back. Big step through. Crescent, inhale. Cactus elbows, exhale. Crescent, smooth. Start to straighten your front leg and bring the hands down to frame or back like airplane, hover. Lift the arms, inhale, crescent. Here's your warrior two. Straighten and look up, tap fingers. Just stay with the breath here, you guys. Look forward, come deeper. Two. Warrior two. One more. Warrior two. Reverse, inhale. Triangle pose. Think of length in the size of your waist. Support your left hand on a block, maybe the highest setting. Notice any crankiness in the neck. Maybe the gaze would be better down. Two more breaths. Really nice. One more breath. Bring your right hand down, frame the left foot, lift the right heel, low lunge. Twist left hand to sky. And rotate if you want. You could stay with the twist or come to that horizon lunge, outer edges of feet, hips turn towards the left side of your mat. One more breath in. Breath out. Come back to low lunge. Big step to down dog. Option to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Lift your heart. Take it back. Come to shins. Rest in child's. Yeah. So we've primed the hips a little, right? And that cue, the one that landed for me today in Marina's class, was so good, was if you want to try the Kundanyasana arm balance, you already know where the knee's coming, right? It's coming towards that shoulder, that tricep area. And when you do that, if you can bring your gaze further than the front of your mat, something happens, right? I mean, there's the esoteric, like when you look beyond where you are, you can reach higher to the stars, all that shit. But there's also the actual focus of the energy coming forward, and it moves this powerhouse, biggest part of our body, our pelvis, forward, shifts your weight forward. And then when you have your chaturanga arms set up, they become a balancing area for your legs. Yeah. So I'll go slow if you want to watch. A lot of you know how to do this, but maybe today's just a chance to try it differently. So when we start from our down dog, I lift my right leg. I turn those toes out, externally rotated, lift from that right butt cheek really high, come forward, knee to shoulder. It's like doing a push-up, make a shelf. It catches the right thigh, and maybe the left elbow catches the left hip. Yeah, so it's like this, okay? So we'll try it in transition. That way it's not a big deal. You get it, you don't get it, who cares? Doesn't really matter. Just try it and see what you like today. So when you're ready, downward dog is where we'll meet. My only ask is that your arm balance practice be empowering, not disempowering.
When you're ready on an inhale, lift your right leg to the sky, kick the leg so high, internally rotate from that inner thigh, and then externally rotate, turn the toes out, knee taps the shoulder, bend the elbows, push up as you come forward, look past the mat, look past the mat, look past the mat. Maybe you bring left elbow, yes, yes, so good, yes, Hefwin, so good. When you're ready, kick back up, down dog. Drop your knees, rest. Take rest. Long gone are the days of power play where we just keep barreling through an entire sequence for 75 minutes. Now maybe we listen a little more. When you are ready, come back to all fours, press to down dog. So let's try the other side. And my one ask, I'm gonna cue a whole bunch of shit, but only listen to this one. Look forward beyond your mat when you come forward, okay? So start with gaze back like you do. Lift your left leg, inhale. Turn the toes left. As you exhale, knee comes to your shoulder. Bend your elbows, look forward, look forward, look forward. Yes, right elbow to right hip bone. Beautiful. So good, everybody. Yeah, nice. Kick up. Down dog. Beautiful, Supala. Child's rest. Wrap your arms around your heels. Let the shoulders totally roll forward and be heavy. It might feel nice to have a block under your head here. Consider it if you haven't. Just make that ground come up to you. You just did a whole bunch of work coming down to the ground. Two more big breaths. Just come back to why you showed up. It is my privilege to be on a screen with you. One more. Slow to all fours, move your props to the side. And then we're gonna do a watery flow the rest of class. If you wanna add that transition in, I'll cue it. Otherwise, just think of it as a normal knee to elbow, strengthening as we go. From down dog, as you inhale, right leg lifts, toes turn right, tap the knee. It's a chance if you want to fly, bend the elbows, look forward, shift forward. Three-legged dog, we kick up. Low lunge, step forward. Lift the arms, inhale. Cactus the elbows, drop the hips, exhale. Rise up, crescent. Floating or long pyramid. Big inhale, crescent. Warrior two. This time, star pose, heels and toes out, face left. Drop the hips, find the hands at heart center, goddess. Move if you want. Coast to the center, find stillness. Cactus the elbows. Just 3 breaths here. Draw your tailbone down, your sit bones down, squeeze your butt. One more. Star. Heels wide. Prasarita Padottanasana. Do you, baby boo? What do you want to do here? Bring weight into your head, to your hands. Bring a block. No wrong answer. Just breathe. Two more big breaths. One more big breath. Lift halfway. Keep your hands on the ground, crawl forward, low lunge. Standing L, left heel up. This time, curtsy, squat the knee behind the right, just a little bend. Just 2 more, kick up and back. Curtsy. 1 more. Curtsy. Listen here, kick back. Turn your left toes left. Half moon. Right hand stays down. Left hand could come to your hip, to your heart. Let all that stuff we've been crunching in open here. If you want to take Chapasana, great. Bend the top knee, airplane the top arm towards it. Yeah. 2. Awesome. Balance, everybody. 1 more breath. Bring your left hand down and bring your left foot down. Wiggle, waggle, let that go. Take a few moments to wrap your peace fingers around your big toes. Yeah, twerk it out. Twerk it out. Maybe you bring to your mind's eye like your favorite body of water, the one where when you go there, you feel so at peace. Could be a creek in your backyard, beautiful Northern Virginia. Could be an ocean somewhere far away. Bring that energy, that calm, that serenity into your breath. One more inhale. Half lift, hands to shins. Fold. Stand tall as you rise up. You could bend at the elbows and take another cactus. Maybe you like that bind behind you, interlace the opposite thumb on top and fold back down. Stay for the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Then how do you want to get to down dog? You could crow, you could half lift, you could do the whole push-up thing. We'll meet there your way. Nice, Erin. Beautiful, Minnie. Yeah, so good. When you get there, take a big breath in. HA. Last side, lift your left leg tall. Turn the toes out, either tap the elbow or maybe fly. Bend your elbows in towards your hips, pelvis forward, gaze forward. Kick up, inhale. Really strong Supala, big step through. Crescent. Cactus, drop the hips. Lift. Floating long pyramid or hands down. Lift. Open warrior 2. Star pose. Drop down to goddess. And just 2 more like that. Really strengthen as you lift up. Lift your heels maybe to hover. Keep them up or drop them down, goddess. 1 more. Full inhale. Drop it on the exhale. Star pose. Heels out. If you want to interlace behind your back, use the thumb on top and fold. Deep breaths here. Two more rounds. One more. Hands will lower. half lift. Crawl it forward to the front, low lunge. Standing L. Curtsy tuck, knee behind left. Yeah, and then kick it up, and maybe you find that little cow shape. And then tuck the knee and squeeze the thighs. Last one. Tuck. Big finisher, kick out. Left hand stays, right hand to heart or hip. Half moon. Flex your toes. Use your breath. 3, 2. Take one more inhale. Slowly, slowly. This is where we grow. Hands down, foot down, right? We can be steady as hell in the pose for 10 breaths. And then when it comes down, can we be steady as hell there? Lift halfway. Lower. Pada Hastasana. Feet walk wide and on top of your palms. Deep, deep breaths. Soften the knees even more, maybe. Drop the head even more, maybe. Open and close the jaw. Maybe open and close the eyes. One more breath. Release your hands, fold. Go really, really slow to roll the spine up. Really slow. Chin up. Hands reach. Bring your palms to center prayer at your heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just feel the feet rooted in your mat. Feel the toes light, the heels heavy, the inner thighs spin, the low belly active. Just scanning your way up the body, the glutes squeeze. And then as you get to this upper body, the shoulders are soft. The neck is long. You could slightly tuck your chin. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, let your hands fall by your sides. Big sweep up, maybe a standing back bend. Inhale. Exhale, fold. If you want another vinyasa or a crow, you take it here. And we meet in downward dog, any single way you want. Come down to shins. And stand on your knees. So we'll just do one camel. My invitation is 5 to 10 breaths. You know where your edge is with camel. Don't force a 10 if a 5 is good enough. I suggest tuck toes here, and maybe if you've got a block, put it right in between your upper thighs. Squeeze it. Hands to your low back. On an inhale, lift your heart. And on your exhale, squeeze your glutes, squeeze the block, hips forward. Do that a few more rounds. You know your count. Maybe you feel confident. Maybe it feels strong to bring hands to heels. Keep breathing. I'm going to say one more breath if you're a 5er. If you want to stay longer, you can. Otherwise, squeeze up. Hero's pose. Virabhadrasana. Sit your hips back onto a block. If it feels comfortable to send the hips between the heels, seated. Try that out. Maybe you walk your forearms back. Take about 5 more breaths here. Water represents our emotional and intuitive and inner world states. And so it's no wonder water can be found in so many different forms. I think of like the respite found in a cold glass of ice water on a hot day. And on a hot day, a big ass wave at the beach that brings you in an undertow, not so much fun, right? And yet they represent these different emotions and these different states of emotions we have. Can they all be okay? Is there room for them to all exist? And slowly start to rise up, float. Come forward to all fours and just allow the hips a little wiggle, maybe a cow and cat. We'll set up for frog pose. If you would like to use a wall tonight, I can't recommend it enough. You can come onto your back, take your feet wide like frog. If you'd rather take traditional, turn to the side, walk the knees wide. Ankles are right underneath the knees, inner arches pressing down. And just know if that's a little too much, you can always take a variation of frog called tadpole, where the knees aren't quite so wide. And it's really just this different variation of child's pose. Wall might be my favorite option though. So if you've got it, take it. You can always press your feet to determine how much sensation you want. We'll take several breaths here. Maybe envisioning that place of serenity. If one of the main tenets and goals of yoga is to eliminate suffering from the human experience, part of it is understanding that the emotions we have aren't controllable. We can't change them in the midst of feeling them, but we can start to acknowledge what we're feeling, making space for it, seeing how the mind reacts to the emotion, the thoughts, the stories. It is not easy work. But there's this sense that you can have all this turbulence happening within you and yet choose to be with it instead of having an external reaction. And for me, the breath has become a pillar in slowing down, pausing, and observing. Like if I notice, where's my inhale right now? And where's my exhale? It's not that I change or interrupt the emotion, but I suddenly make more space for it to be felt. Let's take 5 more breaths. Just 2 more. Be kind to yourself, move slow out of this, either pressing back, or some of us might like coming forward onto belly. I just like to inch my knees in slowly, like You basically just did a middle split, so act accordingly, right? Let the hips go. And when you're ready, come to your seat. We'll take cow face, just very briefly. Let your left knee be on the bottom, right knee on top. If cow face doesn't feel great, maybe try double pigeon, where your ankle bone stacks over the knee instead of knee over knee. Now, what happens if you bring your hands or fingertips by your hips so you can really get long in your spine? Don't even worry about the shoulder bind unless you want it. And if you do, it's the right arm up and the left arm down. What happens if you really anchor your hips here, drive the outer edges of your feet down? And then if and only if it feels possible, what happens if you walk your fingertips forward and you start to take a gentle fold? Just notice when the sensation shifts and stay with it, not forcing, not going beyond the edge, but flowing with the edge, with your breath. One more big inhale. And exhale. Walk yourself up. Uncross the knees and let them windshield wiper side to side. Reverse tabletop. Hands could be pointing towards your heels or they could point sideways. Lift your hips. Tongue out. One more like that. Breathe in. Lion's breath out. Drop your hips. Cow face on the other side. It's right knee on the bottom. Left knee on the top. Fingertips by your hips to create length in your spine from your head to your tail. A few more breaths here. If you want to fold, start to walk the fingertips. For me, it just takes like a little bit forward to feel more. It doesn't have to look dramatic to feel full of sensation. Much like our emotions, right? Like, ever had that really big feeling and somehow you held it together. You made space for it. You didn't react, but you felt it. It's like a wave. It's like a crashing ocean wave. One more big breath here. Rise up. Uncross and again, side to side with the knees. One more, either reverse table or plank. Lift your hips, inhale. And just one lion's breath out. Drop your hips, lower all the way back. You can bring your knees with you. Rock side to side. If there's any last posture you want to do, a twist, a happy baby, heart opener, inversion, give yourself like one beautiful minute to do so. As you are ready, find yourself comfortable, reclined, spread out. Give yourself one big inhale to the belly. Feel it go broad and wide and fill up with so much air. And as you exhale out the mouth, heavy, heavy, heavy into your mat. If you have space in your evening to stay longer, just ignore my voice and allow the rest to continue to wash over you. If you're ready to wake up, start to take small movements. Yeah, and make those movements a little bigger. Good morning stretch might feel nice. Roll to one side. Take a deep breath in, filling the belly, widening, broadening, so much air. And then let it go. Press to a seat, nice and slow. Just bring your hands to prayer. Little bow of the chin. I acknowledge all of you. I'm so grateful to know you. I'm so grateful to share this space virtually with you. And I'm sending you so much love. Om. Namaste. I kept you a little over. I hope that's okay. Hope you all have a great weekend. Maybe I'll see you in the morning.
Thanks, Kathleen.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Bye, Claire. Bye,
Bye.
Leslyn. Yeah. Bye,
you.
Leslie.
I so
Bye,
needed
Gary.
that.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, Cheryl. I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Leslie. So good to see you. Here, I'll stop
So good to
recording.
see you.